here, and I'm together with a friend and colleague, Angela Sidlo. And we are going to have a lovely time talking about her current project and also weaving in the power of plants in the form of essential oils on acupuncture points and how that changes lives. I'm going to hit one thing on Instagram to go live. And there we are. Okay, so let's see. Angela and I were just talking backstage before coming on, and I wanted to say a little bit about her because we have a pretty long history together, actually. We met years and years ago when Peter Holmes and I were teaching Aroma Acupoint Therapy, and then our connection stayed, and we actually, Angela and I worked together with our essential oil business, Monara Essential Oils. And then Angela and I actually co-created the curriculum for Aroma Point Therapy Fundamentals, which we put together. We basically took the curriculum that was created in Aroma Acupoint Therapy, which was a bit more uh, uh, it was targeted for acupuncturists. It was heavy in the Chinese medicine language, and we made it more relatable, more easy, but also I found more effective because we simplified the protocols, and we taught that together as well. And we haven't actually spoken. We haven't been face to face for a while, but Angela reached out not too long ago because she was working on a project. She's always working on a project, brilliant projects. For as long as I've known her, she's always got projects going. And this particular book project, which she's going to tell you about and we will be talking about together, is extraordinary because it gathers together, is it 12? Uh,
Yeah. Mhm.
12 other incredible humans' expertise and personal journeys with placing essential oils on acupoints. So, hey, Angela, what would you like to say for people that don't know you, people in my community, for your background, anything else that you'd like us to know? And then we'll talk about the book.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Tiffany. I'm so honored to be here with you. I actually have, I set these books together today because like it was like we were together as friends too. I have your book and my book.
Oh, that's awesome.
But like a lot of other practitioners, I wear many hats, and so I'm a certified aromatherapist. I'm a reflexologist. I'm an acuaromatherapist. I'm an educator, author, and it's about organizing and coming under how do we create the umbrella of our modalities and our tools that we work with people as practitioners, and how do we bridge that with sometimes with Western medicine that's not working. I see a lot of people
Mm.
in my practice. And so, there was the conversation about all of this. And I just find that it's a common thing for other practitioners to be in these situations. And I thought, we got to tell these stories. We have to
Mm.
share this and what we're doing with this modality.
I
Yeah.
love that because I knew that aroma or placing oils on points, I'll refer to it as aroma point therapy. I know you say aromatherapy, but basically it's the same technique, which is being present, thoughtfully placing properly diluted oils on key acupoints or body zones. And I witnessed the power of that in my clinical practice because I was doing it on hundreds of thousands of people and training other practitioners in my clinic to do it. But when I started teaching it, traveling around and teaching it, and then getting feedback from other practitioners all around the globe, it, it, it's not only that it confirmed the power of it, it brings something that's very subtle into substance. It makes it substantial. Like every single time I get an email from someone telling me a story of what shifted after they put jasmine on pericardium 7, it just adds to the positive weight of what this is and what's possible. And so the fact that you gathered stories from 12 practitioners with the aim of what would you say the aim was and is? Because I'm sure it's evolved as the project's evolved.
Well, we would have it started in January, and every 2 weeks we would have study hall where everybody would gather on Zoom, and I would give them prompts, and then they would sort of uh, start talking about their story. And we have medical doctor in here who she works with interns, and she runs an intern program on the Big Island, and she takes the card deck and the oils into retreats with her interns and teaches them how to do this with their patients when they get back. And
So
it's
cool.
going into the clinics. I'm like, that's just mind blowing.
Mm,
So we would have these study halls, and the stories started evolving. Whether it was, I come from a religious background and I'm not sure how all this woo woo stuff worked. And then, I had this profound experience and it showed me the way using helichrysum or frankincense or, some other oil. And we have Sherry from Nashville who works with marginalized women who have been human trafficked in part of domestic violence and addiction. And she's got this whole nonprofit. And Sherry, she's one of your
yeah,
students.
I just was there with part of my book tour. I love
Yeah.
Sherry.
And it's phenomenal what she's been able to do and the reactions and the results that these women are having being exposed to these points and oils. It's transformational. And
Mm,
it just sometimes it feels so surreal that an essential oil on a point can speak to our bodies in ways that medicine can't, that talk therapy can't. But
mm,
it's this dissolving of barriers within us so that we can have more openness. And I get the emails too, Tiff.
mm,
They come in and I'm like, are you kidding me? This is
mhm,
incredible. Somebody who has auric migraines and they used lavender on large intestine 4, and for 2 months they didn't have another migraine. I mean,
mm,
how do you explain that?
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hold up the book. I'm sad that I didn't flip the mirror the video. So it's Points of Power, Drops
Drops
of
of wisdom,
Wisdom.
drops of wisdom, points of power.
And the
And
subtitle?
the subtitle is Transformational Stories from Holistic Practitioners Blending Essential Oils and Acupressure Points. And I didn't really want to claim to be the author of this because there's so many others. So I just put Thoughtfully Gathered Stories by Angela Sidlo.
I love that. I'm going to turn on the chat, and then can you see if I might have to be, actually, I think I'm going to put into the chat the link just because people might
Okay.
want to.
Do you want me to post it from my notes
I don't know if it'll let you post on the stream.
in
Will it?
the chat?
Yeah. Are you able to? Does it
I
show
don't
you
know.
where you can do
I'm
it?
gonna give it a whirl. I'm in the chat.
Yeah. Try
Let's
it.
see, chat. Mm, no, apparently not.
Okay, let me try it on my end. And let's see if it shows up. Look at
There you
that.
go. Ta-da!
Okay, well, there's some. Oh, it's so small, but let me make it bigger just for a minute. And then you'll be able to click on those links to open it up.
Yeah,
And you can,
literally, it is on hundreds of different platforms. You can go to Barnes and Noble, you can go to Amazon, you can go to Ingram Sparks. All of the major platforms.
okay.
Smash Words if you're, um,
Okay, perfect. And then I'll also include all those links in the show notes to go with this.
great.
What was your favorite part about this process?
I think our study halls were one of the favorite parts of mine because coming together and then everybody else started to realize the common threads that we all had, not just because we're practitioners and we want to help people, but the deeper threads about the work, like, oh, my favorite oil is, XYZ. And then they would just talk about their experiences. And those experiences really overlapped as to what the oil had, revealed to them. And I just thought that that was really neat. It was like when we used to, in the master healer class,
I
and we
was
would
just
go into
thinking about
group.
that. Yep.
Yeah, and black pepper was one of them where everybody had the same experience, like, oh yeah, that's a nice oil. And then black pepper came in with this warm cloak, and
Mhm.
everybody experienced it. So it
Mhm.
was really fun to see that emerge from this.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, it was. And I think some of the co-authors were able to work through some processes, whether their story was about the death of a loved one and how they used the oils as that person was transitioning or was no longer able to speak, but still could feel the effects and the presence of the oil on a point.
Mhm.
And so there's some very personal, heartwarming stories in
Mhm.
in the book. And I'm just so proud for the other co-authors that, number one, that they stepped up and said yes,
Mhm.
because several of them were, really hesitant. Like, do I want to really put myself out there? When you
Mhm.
put yourself into print,
Mhm.
okay, I can't take that one back. But they found the process inviting,
Mhm.
and then they found common ground with other co-authors. And so now in July, we're going to have a live co-author gathering for those who can come on the Oregon coast. And we're going to have 3 days of book signing. And we're going to meet at a wellness center and have live cello music while people are in chairs getting treatment.
Oh
And
my gosh, that
it's going
sounds
to be
amazing.
we're meeting with our group, the North Coast Community Wellness Group. There are almost 100 other practitioners. So we're going to have a big gathering so co-authors can meet other practitioners and share what they do.
Oh,
Yeah,
Angela, this is
no,
extraordinary. It's
it's going to be
really extraordinary. It
yeah.
really, really is. It's what I'm just reflecting on in this moment is the arc of our journey, and even the in-person master healer program that you journeyed with me all those years ago,
Mm.
and the meditating with the oils and being able to do that in groups is actually what really started the process for my book, The Inner Nature of Essential Oils. And then
Mhm.
and then kind of come all the way to now. I feel like what you're doing is so inclusive and so heartful. And like, as you've been sort of doing this, I kind of went inward to some degree because I had a child. I had a child,
Exactly.
and my life got sort of cocooned for this time, and I'm just feeling that, um, the oil's calling me again
Yes.
to, uh, come out in this particular way that I'm gonna speak about in a minute. But hearing you and feeling this momentum that you've started around you and through you it's
Mm.
very inspiring for me. It's
Mm.
very, very inspiring for me. It feels really nourishing.
And I think
Mm.
when I was in Master Healer class, if you would have told me that this was all going to happen, I would have said, that sounds like such a dream. It seemed far away. And
Oh
here
my
I am living
gosh.
a dream.
And I remember, yes, you are. And I remember when you were in Master Healer, you were writing a book then too, but you were very like you would it it like there was this the energy was very enclosed around you around that because you were focused in it. I don't even remember what book that
Because
was,
I
but
was going through menopause.
you were going. Oh, I am also going through that right now. Maybe that's part of my "Whoa, what is going on?" So it's just extraordinary to witness you in this energy and
Mm.
at this particular blossoming apex of your life's journey. It's extraordinary. It's
Yeah. And
extraordinary.
I want others to be able to experience that. And that's
Mm.
why I'm so excited about these co-authors, because I see the potential. I see the bud that is blossoming for them, and
Mm,
I want the
mm.
sun to shine on it for them. Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that from you. And I also know because I know very personally several of the authors in the book, the co-authors in the book, and I know how important and brilliant this is for them. It's just such an
Mhm.
extraordinary way to blossom and become more visible, to do it in a sort of held framework like this where their passion is. It's the
Mhm.
most ideal scenario, actually. It's quite
Yeah.
extraordinary what you're doing. It's quite
And I think it
extraordinary.
can be replicated for many other things, whether it's herbalists or massage therapists, or, I think this is a good structure for other people and their modalities to be able to share.
Mm.
And actually grow the education. In the book, we've got the author, about the author. So each one of the authors, Jenny King,
Aw,
can
Jenny.
be contacted and found. If you find their book, their story inspiring, um, you can reach out to them and contact
Oh
them.
my
Throughout the
gosh.
book, we've got diagrams. So when they talk about a point, then we give a diagram so the reader can help find the point and
Mm.
experience that as they're reading it. So imagine
Mm.
reading a book that has inspiration, and they talk about a point and you activate that point, even if you don't have an oil and you just give it some acupressure.
Mm.
You're part of that experience as the reader now.
Very cool. So very cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you feel at top of your heart or mind that you want to share about this? Besides inviting people to purchase the book or get their hands on it, of course.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm hoping that number one, it inspires people to want to read the book. But after they read the book, I hope that they, join a learning circle somewhere, or,
Mm.
start to dip their toes into what is this modality and how could it help
Mm.
me?
Mm.
Um, because then other magical things start happening.
It's like exponential magical
Yeah.
unfoldings. Yeah.
And the world needs exponential magic right now.
Mhm.
So, um, I think we're just
Amen to that.
helping to facilitate that with the book. And I know you have, things bubbling up too with programs and different
Ye
things that are kind of intersect all of it, weave into this web.
It totally does. I'm gonna post this link too on the chat. I was just telling Angela, let's see, before we started recording that that's the link that just came up at the very bottom of the chat. It says
Mhm.
the 9 months fragrant gates between heaven and earth.
Mm.
Uh, Diane,
Diane's here. Hi,
hi. Oh, it's so lovely to see you. Unfortunate that the box is covering up Angela's face, so I'm going to take the box off in a minute. But I was just speaking with Angela before we started recording that
Diane.
this, when it was actually before I started studying acupuncture. I read a book that spoke about the window of the sky points in acupuncture, and I was just I was enthralled, just like I was enthralled or captivated the first time I took the lid off of a little bottle of essential oil when I was a teenager, because I knew there was something so potent there with those points. And then when I studied Chinese medicine, and by the way, when I first learned about the window of the sky points, I had no clue that I would ever study Chinese medicine. Then I ended up studying Chinese medicine, and we learn about the window of the sky points, and they sort of caution you about these points for needling because they connect you to higher consciousness. You're supposed to do them when people are really ready. And I've just, it's like carrying I don't know, something's been gestating in me for probably 35 years in regards to the window of the sky points. And it's just become very, very clear that these points are extremely powerful for this time, for these transitions that we're in. And so this is an opportunity to come together with me and others in a beautiful cohort of, what did you call it? What did you say, a study hall or a study group or
Yeah, we had study hall.
study hall? I just love that phrase. So, I really like that. I imagine it. I'm really seeing it and feeling it as a mythic journey that we get to undertake individually, but also together in applying specific essential oils to the window of the sky points and the source points. So if people are interested in that, you can click on the link. I'll put it in the show notes as well. And of course, my book, The Inner Nature of Essential Oils, which just recently released, is there. And please, yay, thank you. If you don't already follow Angela or know about her, you can find her on Facebook, you can find her on Instagram. Are your handles easy to say? And also we'll put them in the show notes.
Well, the YouTube is Waves of Change Wellness.
Mm.
And there's also a Facebook page there. But we have the Aroma Enthusiasts on
I love
Facebook, which is a group. And that's a fun, lively group. And I'm always putting content in there for people to learn and share every, well, all month. Really.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then do you on Facebook, do you go by Waves of Change or are you Angela
There's
Sidlo?
Waves of Change Wellness, but Angela Sidlo, I mean, I post to all of those, but you can come on to Angela Sidlo and then you can get into the other groups too. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Anything else you want to add before we close, Angela?
No, this has been beautiful to just
So
sit and
nice.
with you and
Yeah.
chat about things that we love. So, thank
Mm,
you. Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you. Thank you too. And thank you to all the artists. I consider you all artists that contributed
Yeah.
to this book project.
Mhm.
Um, May it radiate out infinitely in many, many directions and bless an incredible number of humans and animals on the planet.
Well, it's going to Japan at the end of this week. So, and then it's being handed off to go to Australia. So,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Okay, Angela, stay on for a minute and I'm going to